One of the greatest challenges that I found that I experienced in my own life book, particularly when I went into my own recovery, when I realized I had surrendered to myself, and to head back on the road of recovery, if you will, to restore my spirit and kick a demon out of my space, out of my vector. Because you already sort of acknowledge that when you're in a black hole and you come in bringing the primal light and sound field with you, connecting to it, you're a major target. All you have to do is scale it up to the planet. What happened to Mama? Okay? And so what I'm referring to here, what we call the art of communication, which is the ability for, say, somebody like myself or anybody that's a communicator with a microphone to be able to communicate what they've learned through the experience. Then now you become the receiver, the neurotransmitter and receiver. You're the stereo receiver that's now experiencing the experience that somebody else has had, that they're now communicating with you, and being able to maintain the still point within your own heart and soul as a result of experiencing that communication. That's why that lesson that I learned when we talk about the truth. So I use common sense or logic. Do you think that an eternal God, an eternal Son that's experiencing eternity, lives in any fear to jump into a black hole, experience everything that's going on in a black hole, and then live in fear of communicating the truth to somebody else? Well, what if that truth was to cause somebody harm? By being aware of how those letters, as numbers, as energy, are going to be communicated that might trigger what? A negative response. So you don't want to communicate something, even though it's the truth, that might cause them any harm. By what they experience through the communication, it causes them to lose a fractal of light. Right? So that's the art of communication. So that's silent running. So that means that you can be aware of everything that's going on around you by virtual observation. Right? The observer observing the observed. So when I realize that you are everything that I am, I'm experiencing myself through you. Of what happened to you, which is what happened to me. Right? So that's why that documentary is so powerful. That's why it was so powerful to be in those places, to experience that with them. Because now I'm experiencing what happened to me through them. You see how that works? So after I got done the last video that I did about the UCLA documentary about the women that were in prison on behalf of women, right? I went outside, planted my feet to the rock, and just started spinning, going back through time, space, vector.